Hey everybody, welcome back to the Pressure Builds Diamonds podcast. I'm your host, Sierra Diamond, and here in this podcast, we talk about my spiritual journey, specifically my journey when it comes to building discernment. Now, before I get started on anything, I like to make sure that I am in the right headspace, make sure that we are all aligned and everyone's removing any and all stagnant energy. So if you watch my videos on like my tarot readings, you'll see me tell you right on camera, get into a position where you can be open and receiving, because we're going to do some breath work. Why? Because it helps to clear out, again, the stagnant energy, but it also allows you to receive the message if it is aligned for you. So if you are somewhere where you can sit with your feet flat to the ground, okay, you can have your hands in an open receiving position, and we're going to take a deep breath in for 4, hold for 4, and then release for 4. When you release, make sure you are dropping your shoulders. We don't want any stagnant stuff. We don't want you stuffed and stucky. No. We want you released and relaxed. Relax, relate, release, okay? In the words of Whitley Gilbert. Okay, so we're going to take a deep breath in for 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, and release. Dropping our shoulders. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Now, on the last podcast, I talked to you about how I started my spiritual journey and then went into the tools that I picked up that I felt were most important for me on my spiritual journey. Cleansing, protection, and grounding. Now, when I talk about cleansing, we're talking about finding a cleansing ritual that is right for you. For me, I do well in spiritual baths, and I usually curate a spiritual bath for what I either need to release or what I'm looking to call in. Again, that goes into understanding what you need, which is, for me, I use tarot to help me. I also do a lot of meditation. Those are all things that you can do to get yourself to a point of understanding what you need. But cleansing baths are important, okay? Protection rituals or protecting your energy comes in many different forms as well. Finding what fits you is important. Everybody is not the same, and we should not treat everyone the same. For me, what I do with my clients and with myself is I usually do a tarot reading to figure out what's going on, what'll be going on during the week that I might run into that I will need to prepare for. So that's how I do things for myself and for my clients, okay? Then when it comes to grounding, everyone's grounding ritual is also different. We are not the same. For me, I mentioned in my last podcast that baking is how I ground. A lot of people found that out and were like, what? Like, how do you do that? Again, I ask myself questions. I do a lot of deep meditation. I go in and try to work through the previous week and what's to come for this week to keep up on the rituals that'll help me make the best decisions for myself. Okay? So finding those things out is what's going to help you get to understanding where you need to be. Forgive me, I have my notes here, y'all, because if you also don't know, I'm ADHD for real, okay? So I keep my notes on deck, okay? And now that I have all of these tools, there's something that you should be doing right after you find them and you've implemented them into your life. The next thing you want to do is you want to ask for clarity and truth. Okay? When I first started this journey, I thought clarity was going to be like, the sun will come out tomorrow and boom, I'll just know everything. I thought asking for clarity and truth was more like a spiritual thing. Like I'm going to all of a sudden poof know all the goddamn answers. Is the world flat? Is it round? Is the moon made of cheese? Stuff like that. Now I know damn well the moon ain't made of cheese, but you know what? I'm just giving you an idea of like I was more so thinking that I was going to get spiritual truth, spiritual clarity, but that's not what I got, okay? Um Clarity and truth, honestly speaking, is more about things around you being revealed. People being revealed. This is where the pressure really starts for you. Okay? This whole pressure builds diamonds thing, it's a real life thing. And this is right where the pressure starts, okay? This is where people's masks start to slip. Their true intentions are now being revealed. And I had to, when I experienced this, it was very painful. I'm not going to lie to you. It's painful. For instance, I had big blinders up about family because I grew up understanding that family is family, you help family. And unfortunately, in the process of me asking for clarity and truth, I found that there were family who really didn't fuck with me. Or they were only fucking with me because they wanted access to what I had. Their intentions were never to allow me to have peace, but to have their own peace through me. It got so bad that a family member actually said to me, I'm always going to be all right because you're all right. And they didn't mean that as if to say, well, as long as you're okay, I'm okay. No, they really meant that their life will always be good because they'll always have me to be there to take care of them. That is literally what they meant. That was a huge revelation to me, and it was very painful because I was very close to this person. I also noticed that there were friends who I thought that loved and cared for me and had my back, and I had to realize the truth is they only were around when I was down, never when I was up. And I hurt myself not realizing that, but that's where truth and clarity comes in. Okay? Clarity basically, it removes your ability to pretend you don't see something. And that sparks your spiritual growth. Okay? And spiritual growth, although it sounds all like woo woo woo, is not that. Spiritual growth is more so, I'm trying the best way to put this, y'all, because like I took my notes, but still, like, I want to make sure that I'm delivering this to you accurately. Spiritual growth. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about what it's not. A lot of people think spiritual growth is candles, meditation, sound bowls, and all of that stuff, calming music. And those are great tools to have when you're building your, going into spiritual journey. It's great. Or it's a constant calming feeling all the time. And the truth is, that's not the truth. Spiritual growth will disrupt anything built in illusion. Spiritual growth is seeing through the illusion. And that's scary. And it shakes up a lot of uncertainty within us. And let's just say, this is where your protection comes in, y'all. Because protection doesn't stop things from being revealed. It just makes sure that you can handle what's coming, which is why we need the protection rituals, which is why we need to learn how to protect our energy, learning what's for us, what's not for us, seeing the red flags and understanding the red flags so that We're protected for what might try to come at us. It's never going to stop what's being revealed. In fact, it's going to just speed up the process. But protecting yourself helps you along this process. So, don't be discouraged. It gets better. It gets better, y'all. Spiritual growth is also taking accountability and seeing the truth within yourself and the others around you. Taking accountability is probably the hardest thing we deal with on our spiritual journey, because a lot of us have been used to making excuses for ourselves over the years, or making excuses. I find that a lot of people, excuse me, y'all, who are on a spiritual journey, you are making excuses for yourself. You are making too many excuses for other people. Again, I'll talk about the fact that when I was first on my spiritual journey, I found I made a lot of excuses for people. Oh, this is just how they are. This is just part of their personality. And the truth of the matter is, their personality sucks and they're not all that great. We just don't, this is just not who we are. This is not, no, that's who they are, baby. You need to take the accountability that you need to take for yourself is that you allowed yourself to be in this situation with these people this long and never removed yourself. And they're around still because you let that happen. So why would they go? You got to move yourself. And that's the excuses that you made. And that's just, it comes with the territory of going on a spiritual journey. So like I said, it doesn't stop. It's going to be this way for a little while. So just hold on, baby. Just the ride is gonna keep going. Just the ride ain't over yet. Okay, the ride ain't over yet. The truth is that if you ask for clarity, you have to be prepared to receive it. Don't come out here asking for the truth and ignore it when it comes. That's where that accountability comes in. Don't ask for the signs and then all of a sudden when you get them, like, oh, maybe that's not it. I've done that too. On the journey, I asked for not just a sign. I asked for a sign whether or not it was time for me to have a family member removed from my home. Okay? And then I asked, on that journey, the answer was yes. It was not only time for them to go, but the truth is there was conflict brewing around the situation. And I really didn't like the conflict because, like, we love our family. Okay? We really do. I did not want the conflict brewing. So I even asked Spirit, is there any way I can do this without conflict? How can I do this without this? Just give me a sign. I got the sign and tried to be like, well, maybe I should try something different. And Spirit was like, didn't I tell you what it was? And Lord and behold, Spirit was like, the conflict is coming. There's nothing you can do about it. And Lord and behold, the conflict came. And it came like a wrecking ball in my Miley Cyrus voice. Okay? Like, it hit hard, really hard. It tore down everything that I had built up and left me very drained. But it was the reason why it left me so drained is because I knew I should be moving forward on this, but I was stalling. And Spirit was like, I told you, this is what it is. You may want to have a no conflict situation, but the truth is, baby, that's not real life in this situation. You're going to have to do this. And what Spirit was trying to tell me was clarity without action creates frustration. I made the situation even worse by not acting on it when I should have. And how I had to eventually act on it, it just left me so drained. So when you get the signs, when you get the the information to move on something. Don't sit there and ask spirit over and over again because you already know the answer. Stop playing the spirit fleece. Just stop it. Okay? The accountability needs to be real here. Like, just stop with the foolishness and go do what spirit told you to do. You need to end this situation. Get out of that bad relationship. It's not for you. Leave them family members alone. They're not for you. They don't like you. Like, the friends you have around you, they don't like you. You're not for you. Stop trying to hold on to it. Because again, clarity without action creates frustration. You're going to be so much more frustrated, and the situations are going to escalate when they could have just been a small amount of conflict had you just followed through the first time. Honey. But this is also where pressure starts to build, because you see it all, but now it's time to choose. So in this moment, after you've seen the action, the blow up has now happened. Like, before the blow up happens, you are faced with truth. You're faced with a choice. It's like, should I stay or should I go? Should I move forward or should I be in denial? And it's like I said, like, are you really about to be in denial this whole time? Why would you allow yourself to be here? Because it's comfortable. It's comfortable. That's where the other part of accountability comes in. You need to take accountability for the fact that you haven't moved because you were comfortable in the situation you were in because it was familiar. Familiar is not always good. Let's stop acting like it is. I'm going to need you to get up and go. Okay? Not to be funny, but when you see one person run, what do? Do you stand there and wait to see what happened, or are you moving? True story. Back when I was younger, I was at Towson Movie Theater in Towson, Maryland. And I lied to you not, me and the person I was on a date with, we were out front of the movie theater. And all of a sudden, I just seen a group of people just started running. And when I saw the people running to what, I was like, oh, I'm not staying here. I started speed walking down the street. I said, and then the crowd got closer. And I was like, oh, no, hold off. Let's go. I don't stick around for that. When you see the fire coming, you don't stand and watch it burn. You get out of the way. Why would you stand there? Okay? The truth is, clarity it's not coming to break you or break you down. Okay? It's coming to align you for what is meant for you. It's also coming to push people because coming to push people, places, and things, okay, away or out of your way because they cannot go with you. I love to tell my followers that all the time. You can't take everybody with you. Not everyone is supposed to be on this next journey with you. You can only honor the truth by allowing those things to be removed. And the more you honor truth, the less crazy shit gets in your life. The less chaos starts to emerge. Okay? Because you're no longer fighting what you already know needs to happen. The longer that we stay in a situation knowing that it's not for us, we're doing ourselves a real disservice. We're doing our future selves a disservice. Because did they deserve to be in a situation that long when there's promised land ahead? No. So don't allow yourself to stay or allow people to continue to have access to you when you know they're not supposed to be a part of your future. Recognizing when people and things, habits even, are not supposed to be a part of your journey makes the journey worthwhile. It makes it worthwhile. So if you're in a place where you feel like things are shifting, all of a sudden things are changing, people seem to be gone, like out of your life. Situations feel different. I need you to just ask yourself a few things. Did I ask for clarity? Did I ask for truth? If you said yes, if you said, man, I did ask for the truth, I did ask for that, I need you to understand that this isn't things falling apart. This is things being revealed so that other things can fall into place. When I first started my spiritual journey, and after I started to see people, places, friends, habits that I once had, shifting, moving, I thought I was losing friends all the time. It was scary because I was like, oh, I've known them so long. I've had this for so long. I think the most uncomfortable thing right now is the fact that I lost my job. And I'm not a person that's used to not having a job. I never liked not having a job. I've always been able to find work. But since I got laid off or got let go in August of 2024, 2025, I have not been able to find a job since. I have to come to terms with the fact that the Creator is telling me I'm not supposed to have one. This is my job. This is my job now. And the more I understand and accept the fact that this is my job, this is what I'm meant to do, the easier that it'll become. I'm so used to having a stable, steady flow of income from somewhere else that this has been a very scary experience for me. I often don't know what tomorrow will bring, and that's really scary, especially when you are a person who's responsible for a child. Like I have a son, but on top of that, I also take care of my brother's children. This house is all we have right now. And at the end of the day, it's a very scary thing. Not knowing where your next income is coming from. Scary, right? It's very scary. I have to realize that the Creator actually is shifting my world so that I can let in the possibility, not even possibility, but letting me know that the next phase in my life does not have a 9-to-5. It doesn't. So I need to get used to it. I need to start treating this like my job because this is what it is now. So if you get into those moments where you are uncertain or unsure, or truth and clarity is there, but it's shaking your whole world and you just don't know what to do, I have an affirmation for you. And this is how we're going to close it out. I'm also going to put the affirmation in the description box below so that you can have it with you. But I want you to say to yourself, I got my notes here because, baby, I said, my ADHD be ADHDing. Okay? I want you to take this affirmation with you. I am open to truth even when it challenges me. Whew. I trust clarity to guide me, not confuse me. I honor what is revealed, I honor what is revealed and move accordingly. Okay? I'm going to say it one more time. I trust clarity. I'm sorry. Every time I start recording, this kind of stuff happens. I'm so sorry, y'all. I am open to truth even when it challenges me. I trust clarity to guide me, not confuse me. I honor what is revealed and move accordingly. There are going to be moments when you're not sure of what's being revealed to you. But the truth is not confusing. If it doesn't feel right, if it causes confusion, it's not aligned. It's not aligned. And only the truth is aligned with you. The Creator doesn't give us confusion. Take that with you as well. The Creator does not give us confusion. The Creator gives us truth. The Creator gives us clarity, especially when we ask for it. So if it feels confusing, it's not truth and it's not clear. Move accordingly. I hope that this episode was able to reach those who needed it, and I hope you were able to learn something from it. If you are interested in getting with me to understand more about your spiritual journey, if you need assistance or help on your spiritual journey, listen, I'm learning every single day, and the learning is not going to stop. But I am here for those who need assistance. Please follow the information on the description box below. Check in with me, and I will see you next time. Because now, if you watch this, you're part of the Diamond Collective, and we love you. Okay, Diamond Collective, we love you. And I hope to see you next time.